Will you be a good citizen that swears to and upholds our Constitution?
Oh, of course. I'm gonna be great. I'm not a citizen yet. I'm not even a permanent resident, but I think I love this country even more than some of the American citizens.
Probably more than most. An interview with an immigrant Trump supporter.
Mr. Reagan.
One perspective that I don't think we hear from very often at all is young Russian immigrants. I've never seen an interview with an average young Russian immigrant. Just so happens that my girlfriend is one. What would you call yourself, a millennial? Maybe the next generation after the millennial generation, whatever that is.
I would call us a future grandmother who will use Instagram.
Right, it's like the Instagram generation, right? She's 23. She immigrated from Russia, 3 years ago?
3.5, I would say.
3.5?
Almost 4.
All right, let's see here. Devin87 asks, does Russia have the same SJW nonsense as we do here in the USA?
No. First of all, everybody knows Russia is a homophobic country. That's true. Okay. You can live as a gay in Moscow. In Moscow, there is a lot of gays because Moscow, it's like the separate country because all of the money comes in Moscow. In Moscow, people getting good salaries, they living good life. There are also a lot of gay. I mean, of course, you can hold your hands on the street because Russian men will like kick you and he will not go to jail or whatever, anything like that. And about vegan, when Russians came here, they will become vegan if they want. In Russia, it's kind of impossible because we don't have that quality of the food, like vegetables. I mean, we have quality, but it's very expensive. Everything is very expensive, and we don't have a choice. We like you're American, and you don't like liver, you don't like caviar. We love that. Because we literally eat everything because we don't have a choice. We have to force ourselves to like to eat everything so we can survive. So about climate change, you remember that video about Greta Thunberg? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw a Russian translation of this, her like speech, like, how dare you and blah, 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 blah.
How dare you? We are in the beginning of a mass extinction.
92% of the comments, Russian comments, because everybody commented on Russia, of course. All of those people saying she's a political victim, like they put her to present
she's
this
like
idea. Exactly, like 98% of the comments. Right. Russians, we don't believe in that.
When Noble Gold released this solid silver Trump 2020 Freedom coin, they had no idea how successful President Trump would be or how much interest there would be in their coins. 3 years later, the commander-in-chief has shown himself to be a rare leader of courage who follows through on his promises. And over at Noble Gold, they've sold so many coins that they've had to have a second pressing. As a result, and by popular demand, they are now releasing this stunning, brand new Commander-in-Chief design to the world. This coin is highly unusual, not just because it's struck from an ounce of real .999 fine solid silver, not because it's handcrafted in America, not even because it's such an incredible value, but because of its astonishing design features. You should see the contrast between the gleaming silver of the background with the cleverly wrought matte of President Trump's profile and the American flag. It's truly breathtaking. This beautiful coin would grace the desk, display cabinet, or shelf of any patriotic American supporter of Donald Trump. Be the envy of all your friends, or buy some for them as well. Treat yourself to one of these fabulous souvenirs today. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com and use the code Mr. Reagan to save $5 off per coin. This is a limited time offer, so make sure that you get yours today. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com and use the code Mr. Reagan to receive the $5 off per coin. Paul Frazier has asked, is the voting process corrupt in Russia?
course.
Okay.
Of course.
He's also asked, what do people in Russia think about Trump? Good president or, quote, racist, sexist, homophobe?
Racist, sexist, homophobic.
Oh, really? Russians
First
think
of
that
all,
of Trump?
Russians don't like America generally because Russian TV, it's all saying all of the problems we have in Russia, it's a fault of America. Everything America is bad, American president is bad, everything is bad. You suffer because of the American, not because of the Putin
Right.
stealing all of your money. No, because of America. So no, Russians, they don't like President Trump and America generally.
So they actually believe what the news media is telling them, the news propaganda
Yes.
that they get. Okay, interesting. All right, W.T. River asks, why did you move to America?
I moved to America because I never thought about that. Never ever in my life I thought that I can move to a different country because I grew up in a small village. It's like 1,000 people. And I had the kind of thought that I will get an education, high education, will work in a bank. That was the top I could get. Because if you don't have rich parents, if you don't have connections, you will just a regular person will never even think about getting vacation out of the country because it's so expensive. Dollar is crazy expensive and people have no money. And I never thought about moving somewhere else until I started to date my ex-Russian boyfriend. When I turned 17, we started to date and he told me he dreaming move to America for 15 years of his life since he was a child. And he was like, I'm going to move and if you want to move, we will move together. And I said, yes, I want to. I didn't move because I wanted, because I never even allowed myself to think about that. I never thought, but when I was like, wow, I want to move to America and this is how I moved.
All right, James Barwick asks, are Putin's displays of religious belief, tolerance, and love, is this simply him lying and trying to convince the world that he's not a tyrant?
Putin, 1 year, the Putin said, that's going to be a year of the family.
Right.
He got a divorce at the same year. What are you talking about? He divorced his wife in a year he called family year.
Okay, so you do believe that he's a tyrant?
Of course.
Pretending to be.
Of course.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Do you think Russia is an enemy of the United States of America, like the Russian government?
Yes. With
really?
this president,
That's
yes.
simple. Oh.
With this president, yes.
The Russian government perceives America as the enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know.
Come on, if all Russia propaganda news saying America is bad.
Yeah, no, you're right. You make a good point. Lawrence Strabala writes, what do you see as the primary change in your life as an emigre from Russia to the United States? Will you be a good citizen that swears to and upholds our Constitution?
Oh, of course. I'm going to be great. I'm not a citizen yet. I'm not even a permanent resident, but I'm going to be a great citizen because I respect this country. I would like to serve this country I think I love this country even more than some of the American citizens.
Probably more than most. Annie Springer says, ask her if there are any unrealistic expectations in Russia regarding moving to the U.S. Were there any sort of ideas you had about the United States that once you moved here, you were like disappointed?
I was very disappointed when I first moved to United States. We lived in Hawthorne. Hawthorne, it's next to the Compton, Manhattan Beach. And when I saw this area, I was like, is this America?
Right.
I don't believe, because everything I've seen in the movies and I saw in the Hawthorne, it's completely different. And I was like, why America does look like that? But it wasn't America.
Right.
It was poor neighborhood, and I didn't know. I didn't know anything about United States. Everything I saw in the movies and stuff.
Yeah. So, but now that you've lived here for a while, you live in a nice apartment now. You have a dashingly handsome boyfriend. You've got a beautiful view of the city.
Yeah,
and
this is
a
how
lovely cat.
this is how I was imagining my life in America. But of course, the first couple years gonna be harsh. You will not live in a good apartment. You will not have a good job. But now this is how my perfect. For me, it's perfect life. I mean.
All right, let's see here. Gentry Robin says, we're taught from school and media to fear Russians. What are Russian children taught about Americans?
When I was a child, we didn't know. We were learning history, but nothing about America in particular.
You didn't even learn about America
No.
really at all?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No.
Jew in Greek writes, I'd like to know about freedom of religion and the growth of Christianity since the breakup of the Soviet Union.
Yeah, religion in Russia, it's a huge thing. We have all of these churches, but I don't like Russian Orthodox religion because it's a business.
Right.
It's a business, and I don't like this.
The ministers or the priests in the Russian Orthodox
Everything
Church
about
are
money.
very, very wealthy.
Everything about money. There is nothing about religion. I was living in a small village, as I said, and of course we have a church. My father was working in this church as a worker, like building, fixing stuff, plumbing, like everything. He was doing everything. He wasn't be able to get salary for 3 months. At the same time, a main preacher in this church were flying around the church on his helicopter. So let's explain everything.
Steve Crow writes, I'd like to hear what she thinks about the direction of the West. I'm in Canada myself, but it seems that the entire West is being pushed toward a more socialistic system.
Oh, those people, they never lived in socialist country, and they just don't know what is that. But because of their politicians, they want to live in this kind of country because they will get all of the money.
Right.
They want to be rich, and everybody else is going to be poor.
Max writes, what's wrong with Russia? I mean, I know exactly what's wrong. That's why I left. But I'm always curious what immigrants' thoughts are on Russia.
What's wrong with Russia? Corruption. It's a big thing. Because of the corruption, people are barely surviving. And everything wrong with Russia. Politics, politicians.
Ivan Ehrlich asks, ask her what it's like under communism, if she can remember that time, and please go into detail.
Of course, I did not live in communism, but my parents were, my grandparents were, and they did not enjoy it. Because every morning, my mom, when she was a teenager, she was lining up for bread, toilet paper, and milk to eat something. Stores were empty. Everybody was wearing the same clothes because they were making this clothes. Who likes it?
If you'd like to wear all the same clothes as everybody else, line up every morning for bread, milk, and toilet paper, vote Bernie Sanders for president.
There is no end to what the great people of our nation can accomplish.
Or Elizabeth Warren, or, any of those guys. All right, let's see here. RW writes, I'd like to hear about her perspective on China and the trade war with the US and how the Russians view the situation in Hong Kong. Have you been seeing the news, the Russian news about the protests in Hong Kong?
Do you think that Russian news will show the people
Okay, so that's not even in the news.
How people act
Right.
when they don't like something happening in the government?
Right.
I mean, Putin says something like, do you want the situation like in France? Oh yes, Russians want the situation like in France, and they're trying to do something right now, like protest, but of course it's being
suppressed.
Yes.
Van In writes, her opinion on illegals compared to legal immigrants and thoughts on the wall.
Everything great. Wall is great. Illegal immigrants should go away or try to get documents done and stay here legally. But if you're illegal, if you're not even trying to do something, you should go
Back.
go back.
Go back. You can't say go back anymore. It's racist.
I know.
Not allowed to
I know.
say go back.
I know.
E. Cortez writes, what is your favorite American state or place anywhere that you have visited in the country?
I didn't travel much, unfortunately, but the last place we visited, Chicago, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the architecture, how clean is that, like flowers everywhere, not much homeless people.
Yeah, I was surprised at how nice Chicago was. We didn't go to the south side.
I love this city. I would like to live there.
Yeah.
I would like to live there, but my ex-boyfriend lives there now, so...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. William Wise asks, exactly how do you get the truth in Russia when there is nothing but propaganda?
YouTube.
YouTube. Independent reporters
Yeah.
like myself.
Yeah, but they're not showing their faces.
Right.
Because you can't.
So the only way to get good news in Russia or accurate reporting.
Accurate, yes. It's YouTubers who actually explaining situation and... but of course YouTube trying to take them down. Of course.
You mean the Russian government?
Yes, Russian government, Russian part of the YouTube, like Russian YouTube.
Yeah.
But this is the only way to get...
So let me clarify for the audience in case they don't understand. The only way to get accurate reporting in Russia is to watch Mr. Reagan.
No.
No. Paul Kelly says, what was a typical day like for you when you were young? What are the games that you played? What are the myths you told each other, stories you told each other? What are some bad things that you guys would have done that you didn't tell your parents, that sort of thing?
When I was a child living with my parents,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a friend. She was my classmate, and we were building a I don't know what you called it. Like we had a lake,
Mm-hmm.
and we were building something from like wood and stuff that.
A little boat.
Yeah, like little boat, and we will do this. In a winter, we were ice skating, play hockey. I played hockey with my family, my mother, my father. That was our thing. Yeah, my childhood was quite fun, but about the bad things I did and I didn't tell my parents. No, I'm only child.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do anything bad. What do you mean bad? Like smoking, trying to smoke?
I don't know.
I don't know. I never smoked because my father told me if I will find out that you were smoking, because it's a Russian thing, everybody tried to smoke cigarettes. And he said, I'll kill you. And he would do this because my parents were like, you're the only child, you're a daughter, you don't mess up your life and stuff.
So you
like
were
this.
a perfect child.
Yeah. Yes, I was.
James Murphy says, are Russians as crazy / bad drivers as we see in the YouTube videos?
No. Russians are great drivers. They're very rough, very rough. But when Russians move to United States, they have like 10 years driving experience. They never pass a driving test in the United States
Really?
because they're so rough. In America, you have to be so careful. I never drive before in my life in Russia.
So the crazy driver part is right, the bad driver part is wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah, but they are kind of crazy
great.
drivers.
Crazy means mean drivers.
Just like fast and
Yeah.
a little bit reckless.
Yeah, because you can't be kind and slow in Russia. You have to be crazy.
So all these videos that you see, the dash cam videos.
We have a lot of those videos for safety because every Russian driver has this recording thing in case of the accident.
Yeah.
In America, you like, oh, whatever, take a picture of your driver line, take a picture of insurance, don't call cops.
Right.
In Russia, you have to have recording thing. This is why there's so many videos because
Because
every
the
Russian.
corruption and everything.
just because you have to have this thing.
Right.
Otherwise, you will not prove anything.
Right.
Here's like, oh yeah, hey, hello, yes, I'm sorry for that. In Russia, people can kill each other.
Right.
This is why there's so many videos, because everybody has this little recording thing.
Right.
GoPro, you can call it GoPro, but it's not GoPro.
Christian Bettschneider says, what is your opinion on American communists like Bernie, AOC, and Antifa?
They just want your money. They want you to be poor. They want themselves to be rich.
Randall Mars writes, what do you dislike about the United States?
Too much of a tolerance. Tolerance, too much. I like tolerance. Here, it's too much. Every person can say, "Oh, I'm oppressed. It's just so stupid." You can blame skinny white people because you're. I can't say this.
Fat.
I can't say this. Because you are a different race, and if you will use the same diet as a white person, you will not lose weight.
Like, I hate when people talk about black women being obese. I hate it. Because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet, than our white women counterparts. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
It's just so stupid.
Sure. You can blame other people for
anybody
your problems.
about anything because you have too much tolerance. It's just stupid.
Michael Reynolds writes, does the First Lady Melania have any influence on the young women of Russia? He suspects that there is, but this is kind of kept hidden because maybe the Russian government doesn't like her. I think that's what he's saying here.
I never heard anything bad about Melania Trump.
Is she a big influence on the women of Russia?
No. I mean, her style is great. I like her style and Victoria Beckham style. This is kind of my fashion icons.
Right.
But Russian women, if you will go to Russia, we all dress very well. This is our cultural thing. And she's from Slovenia. Russian, Slovenia, come on guys, it's only the same.
She's not so distinctly different than Russian women that Russian women would be influenced in any way by her.
No, she's not that different. She's classy. She's very classy. She's very quiet. And I mean, not quiet, but not that.
Yeah, a sort of quiet dignity.
Not very emotional.
Yeah.
Like me, I am not very emotional.
Larissa Sinyabuk. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Sorry, Larissa. She wants to know about the high rate of domestic violence in Russia.
Oh, 70%.
Yeah.
70% domestic violence. Because I was living, I mean, my dad, he was kind of rough. Especially when he was...
But not with you.
Yeah, and with me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never said that.
It wasn't like very... It's kind of like a normal thing in Russia when you beating up your children, even though I didn't do anything like bad. I mean, but my friends... there is a lot of domestic violence in Russia.
All right, let's see here. All right, well, let's move on to a lighter note, shall we? Jack Rogers, Bruce Auld, Aldrich Craig, Dave Owen, Michael Harmon, Sunnyfly 100, Up to the Wolves, Silvio T, Demandrid 1957, and Jeremy Smith all said the same thing. They asked, does she have a sister?
No. No, I don't.
Deans Allen writes, ask her if she has any available conservative friends who aren't hypergamous, promiscuous, or hedonistic. Conservative women, i.e. women with values, are a dying, if not non-existent breed.
I do have a friend.
Aston, what are you doing?
I do have a friend like this because I'm just...
Aston, down, come on.
because I don't have a.
Can you just pick them up and put them
No,
away?
it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. I do have friends like this one friend. She's a very nice person, and it's very hard for her to find a good guy. So.
Yeah, hey, it's hard for good guys to find good girls, and hard for good girls to find good guys. So
Yeah.
I guess that's just life.
This is life, yeah. But as God say, every person has a couple. Every I don't know what's exactly.
Person has a match.
Yeah. Yes. So.
This is a Russian
Some
expression.
people meeting his matching like 60 on 55. It's fine. If you're 25 and you're not married, you don't have a kid. It's fine. Just live your life and you'll find the person.
I like that advice. All right, here. Suzanne Nichols writes, I'm not accusing her, but what does she think about Russian women who come over and marry men just to become Americans? It seems like it's a real thing for some, or am I just imagining this? It seems like they're cold and calculating. Maybe they just have gold diggers in every culture. Serious inquiry. This has bothered me for some time.
That bothers me too. When a Russian woman, not Russian, okay, there is a lot of Slovenian. I would say Slovenian culture.
That's just Eastern European.
Eastern European. Yeah, there is a lot of girls who trying to find money, not the guy. Money. They want money. And I don't like that because of those people think about me the same thing, and I don't like it because I'm not like that. But I understand when the girl come and trying to get a citizenship, but some people paying like it's American guy job to help her. It's like a deal, like a contract. I don't mind that, but if you are using the guy, if you're with him, living with him, having this relationship with him for citizenship or money, I don't approve that.
Right. You know, the contract situation is illegal.
True, I know that.
Okay.
But at least you are honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not ethically, you're not like doing something bad to the guy.
Yes.
You may be doing something bad, illegal.
Yes,
Right.
but between you and him,
Right.
there is nothing.
Scott Townsend writes, you're probably not going to notice this question, but I really hope you do. Please ask your girlfriend what her expectations were coming to the United States. If there's any advertised advantages for coming to the United States by certain media or friends of a different political mindset. This question is to get a better understanding of where and what info immigrants get that convince them to come to America. Like what made America seem great to Russians who do immigrate here?
Movies.
Hollywood movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that live in America it's great. You will you will have a good job, good money. You will be happy in America. I think it's kind of true. Not for everybody, but if you're a hard worker, if you're talented, you will not have a problem with that.
Melissa Butts writes, does she actually think Putin ordered Russians to interfere in the 2016 election?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that. Because I don't think Putin wanted Clinton to win. It would be worse for Russia. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly why they think that, but I think actually, I think Russians hacked Clinton's emails now. Mm-hmm. I think they did that in order to kind of not allow Clinton to win. So I think yes, they.
So, but you don't think that Trump coordinated with them in any way?
No. The collusion between Trump and Russia, not possible.
Why is that?
Because Trump would need help from Russia to win the election. Mm. He's not an idiot. he knows what he's doing. He won because Americans want him to be the president, not because Russia helped.
Right.
How the Russia can help? How? Just how? Think about that.
Do you think regular Russian folks in Russia believe any of this collusion nonsense?
Yes. Russians do believe in collusion between America and Russia because for them it's cool that America, this country, asked for our help to win the election.
Really?
Because they like this, and they believe in this actually. Like, oh yeah, we helped Trump to win the election. I think they like this idea. This is why a lot of people believe.
And the Russian news, it promotes this idea?
Russian news are actually talking about Russia-America collusion, but Russia said that there is no collusion because America said no collusion.
I see.
But
So the official position.
But Russian people, they don't trust the Russian news. They think what they think, and they think there is collusion.
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool, yeah.
That's so funny. Elaine Jansnewski writes, moving from Russia to the United States was a big cultural change. What was the most difficult cultural conflict that you found, and were you able to resolve it?
Cultural conflict. There was a cultural conflict that was really hard for me. It's smiling. Like, you have to smile. You have to be so polite. You have this small talks when you buying groceries and cashier asking, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I would think like, why are you asking me how am I doing? Who the hell are you? You know, this is what my thought, because we are not doing this in Russia. We are not smiling. We are not polite to strangers. We are not saying compliment on the street if you like somebody, piece of clothes or hair or whatever. And it was unusual, but I like it. I mean, I learned how to smile, how to be polite, how to have the small talks, and I like it. I mean, it's good. It's great.
Phoenix Wolfhart asks, do you miss anything about Russia?
No.
That's easy. Derek Lang writes, I have a question for you. How the heck did you get such a gorgeous girlfriend? You aren't quite as ugly as me, but I'm not much worse looking. Well, I'll answer that. I'll tell you, Derek. When I met Valeria, I was much skinnier, better fit, and better looking. If you actually watch my very earliest YouTube videos on this channel, that's about the time that we met. We met maybe like a few months before that, right? Before I started the channel?
Before you started the channel, I think it's been almost maybe like 7 or 8 months. It's not the same time you started.
But I looked pretty much the same.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, if you watch those early videos, you'll see kind of what I looked like when we met. And
I looked a little bit worse than I look now. It's been 2 years and I'm changing in a good way. Like, I like myself more than I liked myself before. So I think we were a good match, and we're still a good match because you have more money now and I'm good looking now. But I don't think I should say this.
I'm putting that in. That's going in. That's going in.
It's a balance. You were poor but hot, and now you are
fat.
But you're making more money than me.
Well, I'll say this. Also, confidence is very, very important. I mean, absolutely crucial. Really the most crucial thing. And if you're not like a super confident guy, become a pilot. Become a world-class photographer. Travel to exotic places. Do something that builds your confidence, makes you more interesting to women, and, you know, try to be a good person so that every time you look in the mirror, you think, I like that guy, right? And once you build that confidence, I mean, it won't really matter if not everyone likes you, because enough people will respect you that you will be able to manage your way in the world in such a way that you will be, I think, relatively happy. So confidence is absolutely crucial. If you're not confident, it probably means that you don't love your life. So do something awesome. Sort yourself out. All right, let's see here. Joe Smith, are you trained to shoot a gun?
Yes. Yes, I was trained to shoot gun. When I was a teenager, my father had a gun, a short gun, a big gun.
A pistol and a rifle.
Pistol and a rifle. Yeah, my father had a pistol and a rifle, and he trained me to shoot. And in the school, we were actually were trained to shoot. We had a competition between schools, and you're not just trained to shoot the gun. Mm-hmm. You're trained to actually take it apart and put it back in 1 minute and some seconds. And I can do this.
That's right. Don't break into our house. All right, let's see here. Somebody named Galavy writes, what is the most beautiful place in Russia?
St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, that is the most beautiful place in Russia. Moscow, it's not bad, but it's more like a business city, you know. But St. Petersburg is the most beautiful city in Russia.
All right, now this guy has asked the question, his name is Mr. Reagan, and he's right, did you date me just for the visa?
No. No.
That does not seem genuine.
Because you know that I did not started to date you for visa.
Well, I know lots of people ask this. This is why.
No.
You know, a lot of people accuse you of just, wait, she's Russian? You should be very suspicious, Mr. Reagan. I'm like, I think I can figure out whether she likes me or not, for real.
You know, other people, even if I will say no, they wouldn't believe because I'm Russian, and Russian people have this reputation of the marrying Americans for visa, for money.
When we met, I was good looking and poor.
Yeah.
See, you had a good reason to be with
and
me
I
for
had
me,
all, and I
and
had
no
all
reason
of my,
to be with me for money.
And I had all of my paperwork done, and I was making more money than you were making.
Hey, that's not true.
True.
That's not true.
True.
We were making about the same.
No.
We were making about the same.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So really, I was dating her for the money. Okay, so you're happy? We're not breaking up just yet?
You were so confident. I just could not resist. I'm like, you're so confident. Yeah, you're poor, but you are gonna become something big because you have this confidence. You're not an idiot. Sorry for this expression. You're talented. You're smart, and you have this confidence that you will become something big. And
well, thank you, darling. Yeah, I had actually tricked a lot of people into believing that before I met you, and then with you, it actually kind of happened. All right, well, I guess that's it for us. I thought it was a wonderful interview. Thank you, darling. Anything else to say?
And remember, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just that they know so much. That isn't so.
That's very good, darling. Very good.
What else can I say?
No, it's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Good night. That was awesome. Thank you, Valeria. You were wonderful.
I know. Can I become bitch again?
Yes, of course.
Mr. President, in talking about the continuing recession tonight, you have blamed mistakes of the past, and you have blamed the Congress. Does any of the blame belong to you?
Yes, because for many years I was a Democrat.